Putting together the short stories book for my Challenge B students when I first began ended up being a much bigger challenge than I first anticipated. I do not have any graphic design background, and I wanted to present the students with something that looked high quality. The previous director had told me that she used Blurb online to create the books. And so I started there, and I honestly had no idea how big the learning curve would be. So I'm going to put together a video today to walk you through the entire process, start to finish, and what this entails, and give you some of my suggestions as we go along. I have created 6 books at this point, and so I have been able to tweak and create a system that works really well for me. So follow along with me, and I think this is going to help you making your book come out extra polished and extra efficiently fast. And if we haven't met before, hi, my name is Erica Lynn, and I'm a homeschooling mom of 4, and I want to be your homeschooling bestie. It's my goal to help make homeschooling easy for everyday moms and dads. Hi, future me here. As I was editing this video, I realized that this was a lot more complex than just one video. So what I have done is I am going to break this down into a 5-part series. And those 5 parts are going to be 1, downloading, installing, and preparing to use BookWright. 2, creating your layout and starting your interior pages. Part 3 is going to be a continuation of the interior pages, but we're going to focus on troubleshooting documents that don't work. Part 4 is creating your cover page in Canva and getting it to fit your book as well as your title and intro pages. And part 5 is going to be reviewing, publishing, and sending to publisher to order. So stick with me as we make it through all 5 of these parts of this BookWright series, and then you are going to be able to make your own trade book for anything you desire. And I'm pretty sure I'll cover all of the different troubleshooting needs. So let's jump in to Blurb and their tool called BookWright, which is how we are going to design the 8th grade short stories book. Okay, so we're looking at this screen here, and I am using Blurb online. So you're just going to go to blurb.com. This is what the homepage looks like. I do want to point out right here, May 14th, there's a coupon code to save 40%. They always do some sort of sale right around Mother's Day, and it's a huge blessing. So if you can get your books made early enough and get your order date in by the Mother's Day sale, you will be able to save a ton. The first thing we need to do is you are going to download this design tool called BookWright. This is how you are going to graphically design your book, and it is easier than it probably looks right now, but you're going to download this program. So go ahead and click Get Started. You're going to create an account. I'm actually just going to log in to my account. Once you are logged in, you are going to download this product for Windows. Now, if you're working on a MacBook, I cannot help you. Sorry. I'm going to put this right into my download folder. Next, we're going to open the installer. Yes, you can make changes. Yes, United States. Program files. Yeah, I do not want a desktop. Shortcut and install. Okay, we're finished, and I want it to go ahead and launch, so I'm going to leave that checked. Okay, now we have to decide what size of book. We want a trade book because it is not a picture book. And I like to get the 8x10. 6x9 felt more scholarly to me, more bookly. However, when I gave the option to my students, they actually wanted the 8x10, felt more kind of like a children's book of sorts. So that is the size that we have done. I always choose the cheapest quality paper, but I do have to get the color because I let them do their pages in color. So economy for color, and we're going to do soft cover. I did hardcover the first year. There is a price increase for that, and I just wasn't sure that it was actually worth it. So I've done soft cover ever since then. Okay, so my starting price is going to be $5.99 for 24 pages, plus an additional 7 cents per page. I'm probably going to end up having over 120 pages. I have 12 students, and I make them cap at 10 pages. So I usually have between 120 and 150 pages in my book, which is going to make each book between $20 and $30, which is why the 40% off coupon is a huge help. So we're going to get a next. Project title, I always like to do the year, 24/25 short stories. Author name, Challenge B class. File, that's just fine. File location is going to be under Documents, Blurb, and Short Stories. So I'm going to start a new project. Okay, we are going to import from my computer. I'm actually not quite ready for this yet. So what I've had the students do all semester long is email all of their short story documents to me. So pictures and the files of their stories are all in my email. So I'm going to pause here for just 1 second, and I am going to go down and open back to the internet. I'm going to go to my email. The next step of my process is I have created this email folder here. See, this is where I store all of my emails that I send out and the questions the students ask me. I label it by year, and that way I can recycle my emails each year. And underneath it, I always create a folder for all their short story information. And if you want to know more about how I organize this, I have a video that I do, and I will put that in one of the corners. I'll put that video up there. You can link over there. So I'm going to go to my short stories folder, and you can see all the emails in here of everything that the students have given me. So now I need to go through the process of downloading everything. So I'm going to download, and I always create a folder on my desktop. I'm going to go under Documents. Yes, see, I've got the 2024 short stories right there. I'm going to create a new folder. 2025 short stories, and then I'm going to save everything there. I try to name everything what it is. All right, this is a Google file. And so when they give me a Google file, and they implanted the pictures in here. So I actually have to take those out. I cannot have the pictures in the story, which I did tell my students that the pictures have to be emailed to me. So part of my process here is I have to go through and fix all of the formatting structure. And so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to download, and I'm going to download this as rich text format. That's how you want to download all of yours. And we're going to go back to our file here. And what did she title her story? Chapter 1. She doesn't have the title on there. So I'm just going to title it by name, Evelyn's Story. And then I will have to open that and edit it. But I'm going to do that in just a second. I'm going to go ahead and just continue downloading everything that I have on here. This is the bio. So there's 3 things the students have to give me. They have to give me the cover page art. They have to give me the actual story. And then they have to give me an author bio. Then they can have a bonus if they want any pictures implanted into the story throughout the words at any point. They have to send that separate. And so when I get bios, and you can see this one's just been in the email, I've got to copy and paste that to a separate document. So I'm just going to go over here, open a new Google document for simplicity's sake. And this is Benjamin's bio. So I've saved it now as a Google Doc. I'm going to open the file. I'm going to click on download. And again, download as rich text format. Benjamin's bio, RTF file. You can see right there. And so, this is supposed to be in short stories. Let me save that. And I'm going to open my file and go put the last one into the short stories. Put that right in there. Okay. And then I'm going to go back to my email and keep going through. Okay. These are the photos, and they told me where to put these. If I open on a new tab, now I can press the download button, Benjamin, picture 1, and then I'll do this one. And this is Benjamin, photo 2. And of course, I've saved that in the wrong spot. Let me go back to the place I want to save it to. There we go. And next one. Benjamin photo 3. Now, I'm keeping all of these original emails because it still has a lot of the information in there of where things are supposed to go. But right now, I just need to get everything downloaded. All right, this is his cover art. Now, for him, he did not include his title, which means I will need to be placing his title in his story for him, which is fine. Benjamin, cover, photo. Okay, got that. Next email. Okay, we've got another author bio. So we're going to download this Google Doc as rich text. Perfect. And a short story. All right, this is the cover. And then some people sent in author pictures. If they did not send in an author picture, I will pull that from the yearbook photos that we get. Allie, author picture. Okay. Okay. This is the bio and the cover photo. Okay. Lynn. All right. Evelyn's cover photo. And then she also had her bio in here. So I'm going to copy and paste this into a new document. And I am going to unbold that. All right. Evelyn, author bio. And then I'm going to download this rich text format. Okay, next. Headshot, that's going to be for there's no picture attached here. All right, I'm going to reply back. All right, I don't see a picture attached. We'll see what she has to say. All right, cover picture and bio. There it is. Okay, so this is his author picture. I'm not sure which one of these is his cover pictures, so I'm going to download all of these and ask her which one. I see 3 pictures. Which one is for the cover and are the other 2 for inside the story? And we'll send that. And I will go ahead and download these. Jude photo 1 and download this one, photo 3. And then I will wait to hear which one of those is the cover photo. And let's see, we've got a untitled document, but that's the bio. Yes. Okay, she deleted it. I'm going to make a copy so that I can keep it. Reagan, author, bio. And then I'm going to download. Okay. And then this is her short story picture. Okay, unfortunately, what she has done is she has put this into a file, and you cannot put a picture into a file because it suppresses the size. So what I'm going to have to do is go back and ask her to send the picture as a picture file, not in a document. I'm going to go ahead and download this short story. You'll notice all of these errors are so easy for me to pick out because I have done this so many times. And every year the students make the same mistakes, the same errors. And I've even told them, don't do this, don't do the other, and it still happens. So I know exactly what I'm looking for here because we have done it wrong so many times. And I just email the parents right away. Thank you. The picture for the cover art is copied to a Word doc. I need to tell, I can't use that. Can you just email me the picture self? And this was an email from the student, so I am also going to throw her mom on there and make sure we get everything we need. Okay, send that. Okay, next one, we've got her headshot. Perfect. So this is author picture. All right, next email. This is the bio, so we're going to download this. And I like to keep the words the same author bio as much as possible. So it's easy for me to scan through the list. All right. Make sure that's all. Yep, that's all. Okay. This is her story. She actually sent that to me twice. I already had that. Author picture. All right, here we go. Nope. Click on here. Author picture. Okay. We've got another bio. This is not a Google Doc. This is a Word doc, but it's just fine. I'm going to delete that title. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy and paste this into a Word document because that is what is easiest for me, and that is what I know how to work with. So I'm going to do a new document. I'm going to paste this bio info. I'm going to name it Parker Author Bio. Now it's automatically saved, so I'm going to click on Download, Rich Text Format. Google just gives you so many options, and for BookWright, they need every document in the Rich Text Format, RTF, in order to work with the programming, and Google just makes that really easy to do. So that's why I like to continue using them. All right, we've got another author picture. Okay, author picture, and then author bio, and then we'll come back over here. You cannot use PDFs. You cannot use Word documents. PDFs are the hardest to work with. Sometimes they'll let you copy and paste. Sometimes it'll transfer it itself. Sometimes I have to go back to the original person and say, you have to go back to the original format, unsave it as a PDF, and send it to me as a Word document. So they can be really tricky to work with. This is a PDF. Okay, but good. They did it in Google Docs. So if they created the original document in Google Docs and then saved it as a PDF, Google Docs will allow me to go ahead and backtrack on that. So now I've got it just as a doc here, and I can download it as a rich text. But if they created it in Word and then they saved it as a PDF, I cannot undo that. Word is a lot less user-friendly when it comes to other people modifying your work. Easton short story. Okay, let's go back to the email. All right, this is the headshot, author, picture, and this is a picture, and this is the end. Oh, wait, this is the cover page. Perfect. They labeled it. Okay, pull cover photo. And then this one must be another photo one. And I'll need to find out where he wants that to go, which might be in the email. Okay, so she already sent me the story as a PDF. I already caught that and asked her to send it back. Yes, here's the original Google Doc. And I can then take this and download it in rich text. So sometimes I'm real good about getting back to them immediately when they send it, and sometimes not, depending upon how quickly I'm looking at the emails versus how detailed I am scanning those through. And then author bio. That is a long author bio. I can already tell it's going to have to be shortened. I don't think I even want to download that. Okay, I'm just going to go back here and ask her. I mean, I can try. I guess I'll go ahead and download it and I'll try. And then I'll tell her how much cuts off. That way they know how much she needs to shorten it. Like author bio. Okay. And this is the cover art. Ooh, this is a PDF. That's not going to work. Okay. I'm going to cancel this. Okay. This is a Google Doc. I cannot do that for the cover art. Yeah, that's not going to work. So I have a couple of options here. I could open this on my phone and I can just screenshot it and save it as a picture. It's very simple. That might be sufficient. Or I can ask them to redo it. I'm not exactly sure how they created it. I'm going to text her, and if she responds and says, I don't know how to fix it, then I will just screenshot it on my phone. And that's what I've found to be an easy hack. Phone resolutions are really high enough these days. For the purposes of these stories, the students can't tell a difference. Hi, I cannot use PDF formats. Can you send it to me as a picture? PNG or PEG. If you don't know how, let me know. Sometimes I ask the parent, even though this is beyond my knowledge, I know a little bit more than the parents. Sometimes I ask the parents to do things like this and I don't even know what you're asking me to do. So I want to give them that out. I can create a fix around for you, but maybe they do know how to do it and they can come back easily. Okay. Short story. All right. I'm just going to go ahead and take this out of here because that's not my formatting. And her words look like they're centered. I don't think this document is left adjusted. Yeah. All right. I'm going to go ahead and highlight the whole document and left adjust it because I was able to see that, which we can still make those changes in BookWright, but it is just so much easier to do it right here in Google if I can and download it in a better to use format. Okay, here we go. Saving that. So you are getting to really see some of the problems that we run into with these documents. Everything has to be rich text format or a picture format, PNG or JPEG. Okay, short story. This one's as a PDF also. Nope, I can't download a PDF. Let me click on it. Yes, he made it with Google Docs. Perfect. I'm going to take it back to a document format. I don't know. Maybe I am like uneducated. I don't know why people save things as PDFs. Maybe there's a really cool reason and I just am ignorant. But I get a lot of documents in the PDF format and I've told them to send it as a document format. So I'm not really sure. All right. This looks different. What is this? Word. There are a lot of spaces in here and I am not sure why. I will have to remove these for the pretty factor. He must have. Okay. Actually, you know what I can do? I think it's a formatting thing. Let me just highlight this whole document. Okay. And let's see. Whoa, what's going on? This is not a Google document, so it's not as easy to work with. Okay. Oh, still got some more. All right. Highlight it all. Now, that's the alignment. I want to change the spacing. Indents, alignment, border, paragraph. Here we go. Line spacing. And I want to remove the space after the paragraph. That's the setting that he has on here that puts all these weird spaces. I have to go to the bottom of this document and backspace all of these extra spaces because anytime you enter spaces, that's going to show up. Okay. All right. So I am just clicking. This still didn't get rid of everything. And backspacing these extra spaces between each paragraph. There's not a period there. I'm going to help him out there. There we go. Now I'm going to, I cannot download it like this. I'm still going to have to save it to a Google Doc because Word won't download as RTF. Okay, so I need to make a new document to put his author bio. All right, that's his author bio. Now I can download and save this. And then I'm going to go back here and I'm going to have to copy and paste over to a new document because we need these separated. I cannot have them attached. I cannot upload them like that. It did get rid of the double spacing. So I'm going to highlight this and put this back at double spacing and title it. Okay, got that. Now it's saved because it saves automatically and I can download it as rich text. Short story. We are good. All right, I'm going to download this author bio. Oh, we already have an author bio on him. They must have sent it twice. No, let's not replace it. Let's just cancel because I am working from new documents to old documents. So just in case they changed the new one, we'll keep that. All right. This is her cover photo, author bio, and we will download this. Okay. That's probably going to be too long also, but we will see what BookWright thinks of it before I email the parent and ask them to cut. Nope. I don't want to press the download button. I have to open it because if I press the download button, it's just going to download as a Word doc, which BookWright cannot read. And there's a reason we do RTF, and that's because it can flow from page to page. So we're going to do this. Download, short story. I feel like I already downloaded this one. You know what I have to do? I have to get rid of the header. Otherwise, I can't edit that in BookWright and it will be awkward. Okay. All right. Another short story. I thought I already downloaded this kid's story too. Okay. I cannot edit this. So file, download. Nope, I don't have his yet. Okay, there we go. That's another reason why I like to title everything with the exact same format, because if I've already downloaded a student's short story, if I start typing those exact words, it'll tell me I've already downloaded a document named that. And so it helps me to catch myself without having duplicates. Okay, this is her short story. This is a Word doc. I've just got to copy and paste this whole thing over to a Google Doc. Copy. Go over here and open a new document. We're going to paste this. I don't think this is in double spacing now, so I'm going to go highlight it all. And we're going to go to spacing, double. I think there was something weird. Prevent single lines. I don't know what that means. I'm unchecking that. We don't need that. Okay. And then I'm going to download as rich text. Oh, hold on. That formatting just got messed up. I don't know what I just did. So I'm just going to undo. There we go. Let me just scroll through and make sure we're looking good. Yeah, we're back down to 10 pages. Is there extra space here? There is. Okay. I can still fix this extra space when we get to BookWright. It's just more labor intensive. So I like to fix it now if I notice it. Sometimes it's hard to tell. Okay. This looks good. So now I'm going to download this. Maybe this is my last one. Where are we at? Yes, that is it. I have downloaded everything. What I want to do now is I'm going to pull up my file and I want to go into the file I just created. Everyone should have 3 or 4 things under their names. I'm just going to count that I have all 12 of my students. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Perfect. I am aware I have one student who's not sent me her documents yet. Excellent. So this is looking really good. So I've got everyone's documents now downloaded, which was about 40 minutes of real time. And now I'm ready to go back over to BookWright. Okay, it's timed out of the add your photos thing that it had me on here. We'll go ahead and do the tour. So right up here at the top is where you're going to add photo in order to put in there. And this is where you pick your layout. I'm going to show you the custom layout that I make. And next to you had the photos here, but this is also where you add the documents. Here we go. If we click up here on text files, this is where we add the RTF documents as well. It looks like right here, if you're using Microsoft Word, they can teach you how to convert it to an RTF. I literally just copy and paste to Google Docs because Google Docs is very user-friendly and it has the conversion right there, but you can follow that instruction. My cover, I usually leave for the last. Sometimes I design that using Canva for the students. Sometimes a student will design it. So this year, I've got a sibling of one of the students who does some graphic design, and so she is working on some cover art. And I will place that into the cover picture once it is done. So I always save that till the end. What I usually like to do is to use a previous book as a guide to remind me where I place everything. So I am going to pause this video here. I will come back either tonight or tomorrow and show you exactly how I get into building the inside page. Thank you for making it to the end today. I hope this has been a blessing to you. Please watch for part 2 of this series where we're going to create our interior pages, starting with designing our layout and then plugging in our documents and our pictures. And as soon as I have that posted, it will be linked right up here.